Hello, this is Anne Marie from Seattle, Washington for TipTop Tuesday. It is May 9th at 11 o'clock in the morning Pacific Daylight Time. Our topic for discussion today is spirits coming into your body. Is that possible? Yes. Here are some of the warning signs that something like that might be happening. 1, you don't feel like yourself. You feel like you're doing things that you normally wouldn't do. People comment that you don't seem like the same person. Even for instance, you may not like to dance, but all of a sudden you want to dance. When this happens, and oftentimes because the spirits have come into a body because they have just unfinished business. They want to figure some things out for themselves and they no longer have a body, and so they want to borrow yours. Some of them can be pretty benign, some of them not. But what happens to the human person is that you can become quite spacey. And you're becoming spacey because they are vibrating on a different level than you are. Makes sense. They're ghosts, right? And so it makes it harder to stay grounded and stay focused. Is it very obvious when this happens? Not necessarily, but you often will find a behavior change of some sort. My sister and I were very close when we were younger, and then we moved, and in a very short period of time, I couldn't be around her. I had to have my own room. We were fighting all the time. I was just not an easy child to be with. And later, people teased me about being spacey. Now later, I went and right before I started working with Psychic Line, I started meeting psychics, and that was kind of cool, talking to people about their experiences and what their talents were and all that. And they told me about this one woman who had the ability, she was a nurse, a registered nurse, and she had the ability to take spirits out of you if you had spirits in you. And it was a good, kind of like a general checkup. So I called her up on the telephone, and I talked to her, and she informed me that yes, indeed, I did have some spirits in me, and she took them out, which was great. And she also said to me, I'm surprised you haven't been suicidal. I said, well, yes, as a matter of fact, I have been suicidal. And she went on to explain that spirits, once they get in a body, can't leave very easily on their own unless the person dies. And they're ready to experience something else. So they want to get back to being ghosts, and they can't if they're stuck in your body. Don't you love it? They kind of put themselves in this situation. So after the clearing for myself, I became more grounded, and I remember like 5 years afterwards talking to someone and saying something about, well, I'm kind of spacey, and their mouth dropped open and they said, are you kidding? You're the most grounded person I know. I was so surprised and then I remembered what this healer had said to me, or this energy worker. So that's my own experience. Now, I've also worked with people that have come to me as clients because they felt like they had devils inside of them. They were doing things that didn't seem right to them, or it was benign, but it just didn't, something was wrong, something was amiss. And oftentimes those people did have spirits, and then we just cleared them. Sometimes those people like the spirits because they've been with them since childhood and they really liked hanging out with them. So they invited the spirits back. See, free will choice. And my rule of thumb has always been, well, I'll take the spirits out 2, maybe 3 times. But if that spirit comes back, you're on your own, because you're inviting that spirit into your life. Um, One of the things that I think it's important to know is, how do spirits get in? Well, one of the things that happens, and this happened to me when I was a kid, you start having a lot of nightmares. You feel like somebody's chasing you. You feel like somebody's trying to get you. And in fact, that actually could be happening. And so when you don't have a series of dreams where somebody's chasing you and then all of a sudden you're feeling like you're being chased all the time, that's an indication that there's some kind of an energy pull when you're sleeping. That's why authentic, with the prayers and everything, the Native American dream catchers, that's one of the reasons that they're for. The ones that they have prayers and protection in them for you, and they work. But it's just not an art piece. It's a functional piece of art. So, what else about this that's kind of interesting? Sometimes when you have surgeries, you will be under and feel like you died, or you feel like you're floating, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're alive again, but you don't feel quite like yourself. See, the energy field around us can get disrupted, and it can get disrupted through surgery, it can get disrupted through drugs, through alcohol, because you can have tears in your energy field that can leak, and so then they can sneak right in. The other thing that can happen is that, and this is a Native American tradition that I learned, sleeping east is when oftentimes if your head is towards the east, it's easier for spirits to come in. Now, many of us have had flying dreams where we dream we're flying around. Well, generally when we're flying around like that, we have the ability to leave our bodies. So our spirit has left our bodies for a while and are flying around to Timbuktu or wherever we want to go. And when we come back, we might have to share that body because somebody says, "Ooh, look, this body is not being used at the moment." So there's all those little things. But mostly it's just a double check of not quite feeling right and thinking like something's not normal. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Clients have said to me they don't feel normal. And I'm not talking, this is a different kind of sense than psychosis or even a manic phase. It just feels different. It's like from all aspects, they seem fairly normal. And then they may have these outbursts. And they're not sure why they're having these outbursts. So you may know somebody like that, or you may be like that yourself. And so I would encourage you to find someone who can help you with that. What I have noticed is people that live by graveyards, or where they have a lot of, maybe there used to be a graveyard, or where they dump bodies, or there are a lot of spirits that are kind of walking the earth in that area. So that, again, can help people be a little more mindful of their environment. And I'm hoping people are going to have questions. I am not filming this live because what I want to do is pay attention to the questions and you. I can't do that if I am trying to have a topic and then somebody comes and says hi to me and then I go, "Oh, hi," right? I mean, I've been doing that. So this is a new approach, and this is not live, but I will be there watching it with you and answering any of the replies or questions that you have. Okay, bye. Have a dazzle of a day. Take care.